Leaderboard. Hey gamers, I'm your host Mark Curtis. On the leaderboard tonight, our top 3 countdown starts with The Elder Scrolls Skyrim. You'll have to stick around to see what's first and second. Later in the show, we'll take a look at Naughty Dog's newest brainchild, a PS3 exclusive that'll knock your superhero underwear off. Let's play. Skyrim is ranked 3rd in our charts this week. This role-playing game is the 5th part of the Elder Scrolls saga. It's extremely popular for its freedom in plot and character. Bethesda Game Studios gives us a new chapter of the Elder Scrolls saga. Skyrim is set 200 years after the previous game Oblivion.
They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. To the time after Oblivion opened. When the sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. But no one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Players take on the role of the Dragon King, tasked with defeating the dragons before they destroy the world. The Elder Scrolls games are best known for their open-world gameplay, and Skyrim is no exception. Dragon slaying is your main objective, but there are countless side quests that can develop into full storylines. Game Informer says, over 100 hours into the game, I still found myself overwhelmed by the amount of uncompleted quests. Players choose their character's race and appearance as usual, but in this installment of the Elder Scrolls, there's no class to choose. Instead, the weapons you choose and the way you play will decide which skills you build. GameSpot.com is calling Skyrim the big, bold, and beautiful sequel you hoped for. But this game is far from perfect. We're talking about getting stuck in walls and entire dragons disappearing. There are a lot of NPC and environmental glitches and full system crashes on the Xbox 360. These issues are fairly minor in comparison to the vastness of the open landscape, but just remember to watch your step, save often, and don't be surprised if you have to reboot. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim is nothing if not an adventure. Average rating is about a 9.5, securing its spot in the top 3 and on my playlist. It's time for us to take a break. We'll be back with our second ranked game right after this.
Dear PlayStation, I know in God of War 3 you're this Kratos guy seeking vengeance against the gods, but since my boyfriend got it, he's been totally ignoring me.
Okay. Oh. Okay, hold on.
Hello?
Thanks for coming.
God of War 3, rated M for mature.
PlayStation.
Welcome back. We've got Borderlands 2 ranking 2nd. This first-person shooter action RPG is the brighter, more developed sequel to the first story. The planet Pandora is thriving thanks to the mineral iridium that was released with the death of the Destroyer. Handsome Jack, a member of the Hyperion Corporation, has taken credit for finding the vault and killing the Destroyer, naming himself Dictator of Pandora. The new group of Vault Hunters is on a mission to kill Jack and free Pandora.
People of Pandora, this is Handsome Jack, your hero. We all know that ever since I took over your armpit of a planet, Pandora has been at peace. Until these pathetic Vault Hunters showed up, that is. A grizzled commando.
Commando's turrets upgrade to add barrels, post on walls or ceilings, or deploy several at once.
Rage-filled Gunzerker.
Gunzerker's skills are melee, dual-wielding, and distracting enemies with 2 fingers in the air.
A siren.
Maya suspends enemies in a phase lock, which upgrades to explode or convert enemies into allies. The assassin uses a decoy skill, deploying a copy and becoming invisible to sneak up and strike or run to cover.
Alright, that was actually kind of cool. You know, you idiots are so pathetic. Do you have any idea how much firepower you're gonna need to take me down? A lot. A whole goddamn lot. Okay, that's a lot of guns. But sorry, kiddos, you really got no chance. Because I've got a few tricks up my sleeve that I wouldn't want to spoil the surprise. Suffice it to say, Vault Hunters, I'm gonna kill you. You want to prove me wrong? You want to stop the greatness that is Handsome Jack? Well, come and get me.
Gearbox brings you an expanded storyline starting about 5 years after the first Borderlands, and we are definitely seeing some changes on Pandora. What was once a bare borderland is now a thriving, vibrant setting with plenty of new landscapes. Borderlands 2 offers you a great range of missions and new areas to explore on your way to defeating Jack. Players choose their class as a commando, siren, gunzerker, or assassin, with skill sets similar to those of the previous Vault Hunters. The heroes from the first Borderlands will make an appearance in the sequel as NPCs with more backstory. While collecting your loot on your way across the planet, you'll notice some upgrades. Your character will now automatically pick up cash, health, and ammo, as well as being able to mark items as junk to save time when selling them. Game Informer is calling Borderlands 2 a prime example of how to knock a sequel out of the park, with praise for its unmatched co-op gameplay, addictive loot collecting, hilarious dialogue, and insane level of replayability. GameSpot.com says this sequel doubles down on the successes of the original and shores up its shortcomings, delivering dozens of hours of immensely entertaining gameplay. The game is widely considered a full upgrade of the popular original and is definitely worth a few all-nighters. Don't move, our top game this week after these messages from our sponsors.
Plus to tea.
Time for this week's #1 game. We've all been waiting for the newest Call of Duty, and Black Ops 2 is finally here. Treyarch's blood, sweat, and tears have paid off. Within 24 hours of its release, the game grossed $613 million, taking Modern Warfare 3's place as the biggest entertainment launch of all time. Black Ops 2 campaign delivers another well-written storyline. For the first time in Call of Duty history, we're seeing a player choice storyline and futuristic weaponry. Campaign mode follows 2 storylines, one in the Cold War of the 70s and 80s, and a new Cold War with China in the year 2025. In the 1970s, Alex Mason, our hero from the first Black Ops, is called in from retirement to rescue Woods and his unit from captivity. Raul Menendez is the villain responsible. As the story unfolds, he turns into an arms-dealing drug lord. Later in a raid, Woods accidentally kills Menendez's sister, fueling his plot for revenge in the Cold War of 2025.
Aside from the fact that I'm still alive, none of this surprises me. Technology got stronger, but we got weaker. We built computers, robots, whole unmanned armies, and no one ever asked what happens when the enemy steals the keys. And the things they built to keep us safe are turned against us. And that's when they figured it out. They'll always need men like us. Those who are willing to do what others cannot.
Menendez returns in the year 2025, seeking revenge for his sister's death. He instigates conflict between U.S. and China, sparking a second Cold War. The futuristic AI technology proves to be a weakness when Menendez hacks into the U.S. computer infrastructure and takes control of their fleet of drones. You'll see a lot of these drones in the new Strike Force missions, where your player choice comes into play. The outcome of these missions will affect the 2025 storyline and the overall story. Your choice controls assets like jet fighters, robots, and UAVs, and how Menendez will react in turn. There's no redo on these missions. Once you make your choice, other possibilities are locked unless you load a save game or play it again. Also, if you die in the course of a Strike Force mission, it affects the outcome and your campaign continues. GameSpot.com is calling these missions a nice change of pace for a series that has mostly involved just shooting what's in front of you. But enough about the campaign. We all know you're only interested in two things: co-op and zombies. And online co-op now supports up to 8 players instead of 4, and a new customizable system called Pick 10 is introduced to apply your points to all different aspects like your guns, looks, and perks. Players are now able to carry as many as 6 perks at a time. The wager matches of the previous game have been removed. Instead, there's now the league play system that ranks your performance and puts you in matches with other players close in rank. This system hopes to even the playing field and provide an all-over better battle experience. On to the zombies. They're the same old stumbling, rotting enemies we love. Zombie mode has its own mini-campaign as well as some new co-op options. Co-op modes are the classic survival, killing as many zombies as you can for as long as you can stay alive. There's also grief matches consisting 4 players versus zombies. And the new favorite, Transit. Transit mode consists of a combination of active maps that players travel between on a bus. GameInformer.com says the massive maps and towns filled with zombies make for one wild ride. And we agree. And for an extra treat, Nuketown is a full zombie map now available on Harden and Care package editions. By reaching forward while remaining rooted into the things that it does so well, Black Ops 2 offers a great shooter experience, according to GameSpot.com. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has earned its spot as #1 this week and is sure to keep us busy this winter. Stay tuned, we've got a sneak peek at Naughty Dog's latest work in progress right after this.
Hi.
Hello.
Aw, thank you. Have a seat. Kyle, Jalen. Jalen, Kyle. Jalen, you play nice. I'll be right back.
What's going on, little man? I see you got your game skills down, Pack. You might have your hands full once I'll pick up the controller, man.
Put it back. Keep your hands on my mama. Keep your hands on my Doritos.
Jalen, are you playing nice?
Oh.
A lot of times, when your parents don't know what to get you for Christmas, they'll go snooping around in your room for ideas. Hint, or else. Tell them what you really want is a gift from GameStop. Power to the players.
The Last of Us was officially revealed at the Spike Video Game Awards after several teasers were released in 2011. This artistic piece by Naughty Dog is set post-apocalypse. Believe it or not, this is 100% gameplay footage. It's a third-person survival action-adventure game that will only be released for the PS3. Movies like I Am Legend, The Road, and TV show The Walking Dead are the inspiration for this setting. The game's music is more emotional to highlight that the story centers around a father-daughter-like relationship. A 14-year-old girl, Ellie, controlled by AI, accompanies the main character, Joel. They fight for their lives against fungus-infected mutants and hostile survivors.
Hey.
There you are. You okay?
Better than that guy.
Search him. I'll take care of his buddy, and then we quit this place.
Bingo.
Naughty Dog is introducing their dynamic stealth technique, where player strategies affect how a situation unfolds. This is similar to how enemy contact works in Uncharted 3. The amount of attention you draw to yourself is pretty much what you're going to get. Fighting consists of both gunplay and melee combat.
This is our routine. Day and night, all we do is survive. It never lets up. He tells me how these streets were crowded with people just going about their lives. Must have been nice.
The idea for the fungus infection came from a BBC Nature show about ants infected with cordyceps fungus and adapting the infection to humans. The Last of Us has already been awarded Best PS3 Game of 2012 by Game Informer, IGN, and several other gaming authorities. This game has a non-specific 2013 release date, which has all of us waiting on the edge of our seats this new year. Tune in next week for our top 3 and look at the leaked PS4 design. Play on.